Hello, welcome to Wall Street Journal Weekend Conversations. I'm Lee Hawkins, and we're happy today to have our guest, Wyclef Jean.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Wyclef, of course, a musician and ambassador for the people of Haiti. And growing up as a child, you had a strong sense of Haitian identity. And I wanted to ask you about that because that was the very thing that you were disqualified for. They said that you didn't have enough residency to actually qualify to run for president. Did that hurt you?
The reality is, I'm really from a small dirt village. My home was a hut. So when I got to America, the age of 9, and I got to what we call the projects, I felt like I was in the suburbs of America. You have to understand from where I came from.
And this was actually Brooklyn, right?
Brooklyn, Marlboro Projects, Coney Island. And we still got the broken roller coaster down there, but it's fixed now. Bloomberg is hooking everything up. But 9 years old, I come to the States. I keep my Haitian passport. I never gave up my Haitian identity. I worked on a green card and been going back and forth to Haiti ever since I was 18 years old. I think what happens is the propaganda which was portrayed in the media in Haiti and shot back to the international community, I don't think that you guys are familiar enough with the electoral laws and what's within the Haitian Constitution. So when you hear the word residency, it says residency and domain. And what that means is you don't have to be in the country 5 years straight back to back. If that's the case, I mean, everyone's in the parliament that goes take their little vacation in Miami every 2 months. We would disqualify them. I was taken out of the race because it was a triple campaign with me. It was a campaign in Haiti against the politicians. Also, it looked like I was campaigning in the U.S. and an international campaign. For someone to give this power to a young man that's 40 years old, that's quote unquote from the hip hop community with absolutely no political background in their minds is what you call suicide. I think this is why I was out from the race.
And you obviously had an incredible platform because of your past with music. Music was a big platform, but you were also a visible ambassador for Haiti before. If in November the president that is elected comes to you and says, we would like you to be a formal official ambassador for Haiti, would you do it?
Well, let's start with the current president right now. At CGI yesterday, he brought me on stage, and of course I was shocked, you know what I mean? Because I have a record out, contesting the CEP, and like, everyone should go to prison, you know what I mean? And he brought me on stage, and he said, I want to thank Wyclef because, Wyclef went to Congress, he testified for the Hope Bill, and he got the Hope Bill to pass. Now, of course, he couldn't say that when I was running as a candidate, but the thing is, people have to understand that I've been going to Congress, we've been lobbying for Haiti for a minute. So what's going on right now is in the current election is every candidate wants to sit with me, and they want my support, because on the ground, over 50% of the population is a youth population. For the first time, they was going to go out and vote because they felt like their agenda would finally be on the list. So now what's going on is candidates want to sway my votes towards them. And what I ask from all of them is, what's really your agenda, what's your plan, and what is your negotiation with the international community? Because they're putting over 60% of the money into the country. So they're going to have a major say. So I'll always be a natural roving ambassador. Naturally will be into politics. I'm not going nowhere. Okay. And plan to help in the future election.
And it's great because all of this started with the music. And I wanted to ask you when you got your first guitar.
I got my first guitar in Brooklyn. I think I was like 11 years old. My mama bought me the guitar so I could stay out of the streets, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
And that led into your membership in the Fugees.
Yeah, well, before the Fugees, though, in high school, I was, you know, my teachers called me a genius. I didn't call myself that. But at a very young age, I studied jazz naturally. No one taught me. So my background before hip-hop is jazz, upright. My first big leaving the country was Pasadena, California, for a competition for the festival.
And was the guitar your first instrument or the upright bass?
No. Unfortunately, it was accordion.
Okay. Well, why didn't you bring an accordion then?
Well.
That's the next show. Come back next week for that. And when you look at the music industry now, even from when you were in the Fugees, it's changed dramatically, both on the performance and recording side and also on the consumer sales side because of the revolution of digital. Now a producer can get a six-figure salary, right, or a six-figure payment for one song without having to be the multi-instrumentalist that you are. What do you think of that?
Well, you have to understand, as a producer, I've always worked with technology. So the album, The Score, which you hear, was done in my uncle's basement with the combination of live instruments and technology. So I always applaud anyone who's getting six figures legally and you know, and is paying their taxes and is producing great music. So I think it's a great thing.
And when you look at the industry also, you have the advent of the 360 deal where you're seeing now it's really about the ancillary revenues, not necessarily the music because the sales have been cut back. What do you think of the branding machine now that music has become?
Well, the key to it is all branding because what happens is through technology, everyone is able to get the music when they want, how they want. If they want to get it legally or illegally, you can't stop that. But what you can do is if you become a strong enough brand now, what you're able to do is to make sure that you get the right endorsement deals. And the majority of your sales now is made from the world tours and the endorsement. So, you know, people can't jump the toll stop or the fence to come to your show. They actually have to pay a fee. So I think really moving towards the future, the more music that you can give for free, in one sense, the record company's not going to agree with this, but the more that you can give for free, right, the more that people would be interested in hearing your album. Because now it's like if you're like downloading tons of music for free and you're like, I have an album coming out, they're like, well, this guy really has the music, because the consumer is basically tired of picking up a CD with one good song on it. That's the problem.
And as you step back into the music space, do you need a record company, Wyclef Jean? Do you need one?
Man, you trying to get my record company to drop me, man?
Well, I think you'd still be successful.
Yeah. Well, moving forward, I think the only thing you really need is your iPad, really. You know, do everything on the iPad. You know, let people know it's coming out this week, everybody. I think what happens is you need the passion of the record company. What that means is, you know, when artists get good music guys that know about music, they're able to take you within good direction. So it's like, you know, when you hear like Hendrix or you hear Dylan or you hear Sting, Bono, there's always these stories of like these Chris Blackwells or these Clive Davises and you know, these Jimmy Iovines. And I don't think these guys are going anywhere. And I think they'll always be necessary in different forms for the music industry. But as far as how you can get the music out, I think there's too many avenues now to say, you know, we need a record company just to distribute music. It's not going to work like that.
It's a much more segmented industry. Do you believe that if the Fugees and their music with a message sort of theme were to come out today, they would be as commercially successful as they were back then?
Well, I think that, you know, we can't repeat time. You know what I mean? It's like you know, if the book Prince Machiavelli was written today, would it be the same as if it was written 400 years ago? And I'd have to say yes.
I don't talk like that.
I know what I do, and I'd have to say yes. The reason why I'm saying yes is because, you know, a classic is a classic, right? So a classic don't define time or space. It's sort of like if the Police Synchronicity came out today, would it have the same impact?
Right.
Yeah, I think definitely it would have the impact because it's music which revolutionizes a generation. Yeah.
And speaking of that, what is on your iPod right now? Is it in terms of modern? Let's not talk.
My
classic.
iPad?
Yeah, your
Okay.
iPad, your iPod.
I don't have an iPod.
What do you have? An MP3? Just a basic MP3?
No, I got an
What do
iPad.
Okay.
My daughter won't let me have an iPod. She
Okay.
said it's not the thing no more. That's
Well,
what
she
told
wants
me.
the iPad.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, what are you listening to right now?
Man, I listen to everything. You know, I listen to a lot of old hip hop, like, and I listen to them like books. So, but the good ones like KRS-One. When I want to get in a karate mood, I listen to some Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
Wow. You know, current music, I love Alicia Keys, I like John Legend, Lil Wayne, Drake, Miles Davis, a lot of Brazilian music. I listen to music from all over the world. My iPad is eclectic. It's just music of the world. It's like if you pick someone's a teenager's iPod or iPad today, you're just gonna get nothing but eclectic music, and I think that's what we all are into now.
And you brought a guitar, so that's what we really want to hear as well with your eclectic style. We thank you for agreeing to play a song.
Okay, and of course this is the Wall Street Journal, and the Wall Street Journal is about money, right?
Yesterday was payday, so yeah, I think so.
So, am I getting paid?
Wouldn't that be a conflict of interest?
Okay, I'll just play
I
that.
think so.
See, you must understand, I can't work no 9 to 5, so I'll be gone to November. Said I'll be gone to November, I'll be gone to November, yeah. You'll tell my girl I'll be gone to November, I'll be gone to November, I'll be gone to November, yeah. You'll tell my hustlers I'll be gone to November, yeah. January, February, March, April, May, hey, hey. See you crying, but girl I can't stay. I'll be gone to November, I'll be gone to November, hey, hey, hey. Da 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 da. I'm at the Wall Street Journal Jam session. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I'm at the Wall Street Journal Jam. If I was president, I'll get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday, yeah. If I was president, if I was the president, if I was president, that was my lyrics before I ran for president. I have to remix this song before I become the president. They say we can't cross the Red Sea. I tell them yes we can. They said the slaves would have never been free. I tell them yes we can. They said the blind man would never see. I tell them yes we can. They say Clef can't be the president cause he got no residence. One day he will. We gonna rise, we gonna rise. Haitian people gonna rise from under the rubble. We gonna rise, New York City, we gotta rise. Brazil, we gonna rise. Argentina, we gonna rise. Africa, we gonna rise. My people in Europe, if I was president.